So, children, welcome for this ultimate class of seventh chapter. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Children, today's class, if we are ending seventh chapter, and we all know we have completed sixth, seventh, eighth will complete next, and ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th we have to complete, 14, 15, 16, 17. Children, you have already completed more than 70% of Bhagavad Gita. It's excellent. Pat your back, all of you, those who have attended from the first class, and very soon you will be revising few of the chapters like ninth and 10th, and we will have more insights in knowing the bhakti part of Bhagavad Gita, which is more important for children. More than karma yoga, bhakti yoga is very, its devotional aspect of Bhagavad Gita is very interesting, and very easily assimilated by the child's mind. So that's why today we will start with the story of Poundarika Vasudeva. Aniket, if you are there, you can start the story. Okay, Aniket is not there. No worries. We can come back. So let me now recapitulate what happened till now in the seventh chapter, the important verses. First, we should know the seventh chapter is in the Dvitiya or Madhyama Shatakam, which talks about Tat. Tat means God. How do we know God? God is known only through Upasana. When we meditate upon Him, that is called Upasana Yoga. And we definitely, when you do meditation on God, you get a lot of blessings. So this is grace of God, what we want from the second Shatakam, in which this is the first chapter. Now, important verses which I want to touch today is the third verse, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Yatati Siddhaye Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Vyakti Tatpataha. Means what? According to the Shastras, out of so many humans, very few will attain the liberation. Because how it goes, out of so many human beings, people who come for these classes are very few to know the knowledge of self. Who are we? That knowledge, very few people will attend. After coming to such classes also, very very few will have the proper understanding of it. And all this happens through a competent guru, and finally you get that stability. But in your case, you become the best student. Okay? So very few will be the best. And for me, all of you who are attending the class are the best. The second verse which I would like to highlight is Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam Sutre Mani Gana Eva. Means what? God says, I am that string among all the beads. If you make the entire cosmos, the planets, and the whatever the planetary system like a beads strung together, then God is that invisible string among all the planetary or metaverse, whatever universe. That string is God. What does it mean? The unseen factor in the universe is God. Like we have seen the butter which is there in the milk, but it requires the process of first boiling, then making the curd out of it, then churning the curd into butter. But it was there from before, just that we did not see it. But that ability to see something which is not there is God. We have seen in 11th chapter, Divya Drishti is required. So this also explained in seventh chapter. And between God says to Arjuna, I am the taste in the taste bud. I am the intelligence in all the humans. So he's again explaining where God is. 10th chapter also is highlighted. Then coming to the bhakti part, God says, I am the uh, if the devotees, there are different varieties of devotees, and three main are there. Manda Bhakta, Madhyama Bhakta, Uttama Bhakta. Manda Bhakta is those who will do bargaining with God. God, tomorrow my exam is there. Okay, I will put 10 rupees in front of you. Then pass me. That type of bargaining will go on. That's why they will go to temple. Madhyama Bhakta will go for not like bargaining, but he will say, okay, I pray so much to you. I love you. I respect you. So you do my work. And Uttama Bhakta is he doesn't go to temple just because he wants to get something. He doesn't pray to God that he is separate than him. He is one with the God. He always is connected to the God, like the two sides of the coin. They are together, and they are always with. They cannot separate each other. So like that, the Uttama Bhaktas are there. And this again highlights ninth chapter and 12th chapter. So see children, in seventh chapter, it is condensed form of entire Dvitiya Shatkam, right from the 11th Divya Drushti, then the Bhakti Yoga, ninth and 12th, and 10th chapter, 10th chapter is, what is 10th? Vibhuti Yoga. He says, I am in so many places. 72 Vibhutis are described. Here only 8 or 10 Vibhutis are described. And finally, a few more verses where in 7.22 we saw that last class we saw those who worship with whatever Shraddha, that people will, God will make them whatever they want, He will give them. Means what? If you are doing puja of for something benefit, He will give the material benefit. If you are asking for something like studies, He will definitely give you studies. The Lord for studies, which is the deity for learning children, which deity do we worship?
Saraswati
Yes,
Mata.
Saraswati. So he is in the different forms. So if you want to have idol worship, form worship, God will come in that form. But ideally, what he wants? Ideally, he wants you to know God is in every form. God is the unseen factor which has to be seen. So those who worship for celestial gods, not just in this world. If they worship for Brahmaloka, he will give them Brahmaloka. He will make them go to Brahmaloka. But finally, what happens, children? Those who worship God in the purest form, they will go near the God. Means what? Like Mirabai didn't worship Krishna as an idol. She worshipped him as Tattva. She worshipped him in everything. So whatever hardship came, she doesn't lose hope. And finally, she merged into him. That is what it means. You become one with God. Just that the waves in the ocean merges in the wave, when the ocean finally, like that, if you understand God in that form, you are the Uttama Bhakta. And in 24th verse, Avyaktam Vyaktimapannam. So those, now he is giving warning. Those who are not able to see God as universal form, God in everything, those people, those children are little deluded. They are having no vision, the right vision. And that's what he's telling. Those deluded people may not able to come, they have to take many janmas. And then again he's explaining why those people are not able to see. Very simple. The Yoga Maya. We have seen the Yoga Maya when Kansa wants to kill Krishna. He knows the eighth child is going to be Krishna. That day, Yoga Maya takes the replacement of Krishna. So Yoga Maya is nothing but Krishna has generated it so that people get confused. So because of Yoga Maya, Kamsa was confused. So we are all Kamsa if we don't understand this world as Yoga Maya. But it is part of Krishna only. So when you want to see the world, see this world as Maya, which is performing all the different glittery things, but behind that is Krishna. So those deluded people only see the glittering things. They don't see the reality that is Krishna. And what happens to such deluded ones? Lord knows all about these people, but such people don't know about Lord. What does it mean? Like Arjuna asked to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, in the fourth chapter, Krishna is telling, we have not done the fourth, but in Krishna, when he says, I know everyone, but no one knows me because they don't see me in that way." Then Arjuna says, how do we know that you are that person who taught this Bhagavad Gita to Surya Bhagwan, to to Manus, Yakshvaku, everyone you have taught. So Lord says, when I was never born or I will never die. That means He is the ocean. Waves will come and go. These deluded people will come and go. They won't understand Krishna. So those who understand that Krishna is never born or dead, Lord is never, He is always present like the strings in the beads. Okay? So till here we stopped last class. So Krishna has given warning. If you don't see him as the universal form, then you are failing to understand what is real God. And then you will go to different lords. You will try to worship different ways. You will try to worship materialistic benefit. Like in Katha Upanishad, that small child asks his father, the father is doing some yajna and he wants materialistic benefit. Lord will give that materialistic benefit, but you will lose the real benefit, that is freedom from all this. Let us start. Naren, you are okay with the story or we should wait for your mother?
Sir, I can do, sir.
Very good. Continue. So we'll see the story of Padmapada.
And story of Padmapada. So next. Head of the Puri Govardhana Mutt, his name was Anandana. He was the author of Pa-
Yeah. He was the author of Panchapadika.
Panchapadika. Uh, Padmapada means lotus feet. He had the utmost devotion to his Guru Shankaracharya. For him, his Guru was everything. So next slide. One day, Shankaracharya called to him from the opposite bank of the river. No boat was available. The river was so turbulent, but not thinking about that, he started walking across the river. The lotus flower appeared at every step to prevent him from drowning. So next slide. Once he saved his guru's life from Kapalika by assuming from Lord Narasimha. He gained this power due to his meditation. So next slide. We too should have such intense bhakti and devotion to our Guru and scripts. Hariom.
Yes, excellent. So, children, through this bhakti story, what we understand is if you have complete dedication, surrender to the Guru, now you are all students, you are going to school. And if there is teacher who is teaching you well, but you are not able to grasp, that means teacher is not at fault. It is we are at fault. Teacher is always ready to give everything. As Padmapada was ready, he listened to the Guru. When Guru's blessings, he could walk even on the water. This is symbolic. With Guru's blessings, you can come first in all the classes. You can get highest grades in the difficult subjects. That is what is the meaning of such stories. So focus on your studies, have the grace of your Guru, whoever it may be, wherever, whatever level you are, you will get the highest grades. Is Ankit there? We will complete his story also if it's possible. I think he will join late, no problem. Is it joined? Is he joined? Ankit. Aniket or Ankit? Okay. So let us now come to the 27th, no, 26th verse today, right? First. Oh, what mistake happened here? We have finished till what happened? Didn't we stop at 25th verse last time?
Yes,
Children?
sir. 26th verse has not been completed yet.
26 was not done, I think.
Oh, okay. Then I will go to 26. No problem. Here we are. Okay. Ankita, you are ready? Go ahead, Ankita. Unmute. Oh, मोक्ष आपका वर्स है. ठीक है. करो. Continue. We will chant after you. Go ahead. वेदाहं समतितानि वर्तमानानि चार्जुन भविष्याणि च भूतानि मां तु वेद न कश्चनः.
I know all the things belonging to the past, present, and future, but no one knows me, O Arjuna.
I know all the beings belonging to the past, present, and future, but no one knows me, O Arjuna. Your voice is मोक्ष. आपका आवाज बहुत ही कम आ रहा है. Shall someone else can just read it? Anyone?
In this verse, Lord Krishna tells about his omniscience. Lord Krishna says that he is present in the world from beginning. Lord Krishna knows all the past, present, and future. He knows all his works, but no other person than God knows about this also. Only by God's grace one can know God. In this verse, Lord Krishna says that he knows all living entities, but no one knows him without full dedication. Therefore, we can say that Ishvara is beyond
Space and time.
Hari Om and Dhanyavada.
Very good, very good. So we have seen this I discussed already that God is from the beginning till the end. Can anyone tell me why God will be from the beginning and the end? Anyone who can tell me? How can God be from the beginning and the end?
He's imperishable because never.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
he is the creation and he is the end.
He is the creator, he is the creation, he is like the gold in all the ornaments. If you make ornaments, gold is required. If you break the ornaments, gold is there. So like that. So like the spider will remain before he creates the web and after the web is destroyed also because it is made from the spider. So this entire universe is like the Maya jal of a spider made from the Nabi of Lord himself. We all know from the umbilicus, Nabi, Brahmaji comes, Brahmaji makes the law, complete universe. Again, it will be involuted back. Okay? So, Shrishti Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta. So, it creates, sustains, and involutes back. This is what is the creation for us. So, this is the verse about creation. And it is also about Lord, how to know Him. Now we come to 2.7.27th verse. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. इच्छा द्वेषा समुत्थेन
Ichha dvesha
Ichchadvesha
samuchena.
samuchena.
द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत
Dvandvamohena
Dvandvamohena
bharata.
Bharata.
सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम्
Sarvabhutani
Sarvabhutani
samoham.
sammoham.
सर्ग सर्गयान्ति परन्तप
Sarge
Sarge
yanti
yanti
parantapa.
parantapaha.
So next slide. This verse means, O descendant of Bharat, the dualities of desire and aversion arise from illusion. O conqueror of enemies, all living beings in the material realm are deluded by these. So next slide. In the previous verse, it was said that nobody sees the Lord, but the Lord sees everyone. He's beyond space and time. Sir, there is a great box blocking this one.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Which block?
Yeah, now it's down. Sir, I believe
It's
you can
okay?
keep to a side.
Okay, I will do this like this. Okay?
Yes, sure. Yes, sir. Sure.
This also?
Yes, sir. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. This verse talks about the dualities of existence, like and dislike. That I want ice cream. No, I don't want this. It doesn't taste good. We like some colors and don't like others. This is why we don't achieve the Lord. To achieve Him, we must have an equal mind. Like like and dislike prevent us from attaining the Lord. Similarly, the other dualities also arise from this. Love and hate, friend and foe, pleasure and displeasure, honor, shame. All of this is why we are attached to the material world and can't achieve the Lord. It's a very big obstacle that we need to cross to reach our goal. In this verse, Krishna is praising Arjuna and telling him that all beings are affected by this illusion and we should overcome it. It's not that some people are not affected by it. Once we are born, we will have that we like this and we don't like that. We just need to overcome it. All living beings. When we achieve our goal of overcoming this desire and I don't want this, everything will be the same to us. Gold, diamond, stone, dirt, all will be the same thing. If we are asked to pick, we'll pick randomly. We will not see that, oh, this is shiny and this is not. We won't have any unnecessary discrimination. So this verse says the reason we don't attain the Lord, we should try and overcome that I want this and not that. Hari Om.
Excellent. So this is very important verse uh, because everyone, not only even normal people, even jnanis also will can have this problem of likes and dislikes. But the way to go about it is when we know that the entire world is made up of Lord Himself. We have seen in this 11th chapter, 10th chapter, how Lord is there everywhere. And if we have the change in our mental attitude, which we have which was nicely understood by 11th chapter, if we have this mental shift that why do we have to have likes and dislikes? Because that will cause entire world will be sometimes very happy for us, sometimes very sad for us. And with nowadays so much likes and dislikes, we are so much entangled into the virtual world. If we have an account on YouTube or Facebook, whatever virtual world, you are always watching for whether someone has liked me or disliked me. And this will always going to be changed. What is going to be constant is that behind these likes and dislikes, There is something very constant, stable, permanent, and that is God. So, we have to understand through this verse that such a person who is stable in mind will never have any problem. Thus, the person who is going to have likes and dislikes will create more problems for him. So, we would like to be in the first category. This is what the meaning, and this is what is Krishna telling to Arjuna to follow. Now we'll see the 7.28 verse. Rishikesh?
Yes, sir. येषं त्वन्तगतं पापं
येषां
येषां
त्वन्तगतं
स्वन्त्वगतं
पापम्
पापं
पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां
जनानां
पुण्यकर्मणां
पुण्यकर्मणां
ते द्वन्द्वा मोहनिर्मुक्ता
ते
ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता
द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता
भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः.
भजन्ते
मां
मां दृढव्रताः.
वृताः.
So next slide. Yesham, whose, to, but, antagatam, completely destroyed, papam, sins, jananam, of persons, punya, pious, karmanam, activities, te, they, dvandva, of dualities, moha, illusion, nirmukta, free from, bhajante, worship, dridavratah, with determination. So next slide. But persons whose sins have been destroyed by engaging in pious activities become free from the illusion of dualities. Such persons worship me with devotion. So next slide. So Lord Krishna here is telling that those who have done sins, but they have freed their minds from the dualities of hatred and dualities in general, they will and they have erased their sins by performing pious activities like performing puja, worship, etc. They have lost their sins and they don't see dualities. That people who aspire to attain God realization look upon adversities as an opportunity for spiritual growth and renunciation. So next slide. So here Sri Krishna says that those who have overcome hatred and desire to truly worship Him with unwavering devotion, they don't seek pleasure from worldly things or fear pain. Instead, they view life's challenges as chances for spiritual growth. Earlier, Krishna noted that what the ignorant see as night, the wise see as day. So, sincere devotees see difficulties as opportunities for spiritual progress and detachment. So, here one more thing is also mentioned. Everything is an illusion. Hence, what ignorant people or people who have not overcome moha, they will see as night. The people who are wise and they have overcome dualities and illusion, mm, they see that as day. Thank you, sir.
Good. So after knowing that likes and dislikes are a problem, so those who are away from this, they will understand the reality. That's what, and that they will come nearer to God. Going further, 7.29, second last verse of the chapter. Aloki.
Namaste all. Today I am going to explain the verse 7.29. Chara marana mokshaya
जरामरणमोक्षाय
mama ashritya yatanti ye
Mamashritya yatanti ye
te brahma tatvidu krishnam
ते
te
ब्रह्म
brahma
तद्विदु
tadvidu
कृष्णम्
krishnam
adhyatmam karma chakhilam.
अध्यात्मं कर्म
karma
चाखिलम्.
chakhilam.
Meaning of the verse: those who take shelter in me, striving for liberation from old age and death, come to know the Brahman, the individual self, and the entire field of karmic action. Sri Krishna has mentioned earlier in verse 7.26 that no one can know God by the strength of their own intellect. However, in this verse, he says that God can be known only by the goodness of his grace. If you know God, you will know everything. Birth, death, old age, and diseases affect this material body, but not the spiritual body. There is no birth, death, old age, and diseases for the spiritual body. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. So now, when you're coming to the second last verse, God is introducing this word that is death or old age or disease. Do you know one story about some very big avatar? These three things he was kept away from by his father, but one day he saw this and he became a sannyasi. Do you know about whom I am speaking,
Sir
children?
Buddha.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
One day he
So,
went out of the palace area. He went to see the people. He saw the death and the.
Sir, he saw sickness, disabilities,
Ascetic.
death, and ascetics.
Yeah.
exactly. So this is what now God is introducing, and through this eighth chapter will come. So it is now transition from seventh chapter to eighth chapter. Eighth chapter is about little bit about disease, death, and all these things. But behind this, what we have to understand is these all things are related to the not to the real self, the consciousness. It is a part of the material world. Just like if you buy a shirt, new brand shirt, you wear it, you use it for some years, but one day it has to be thrown away. It has to be replaced by another shirt or pant or whatever dress you have, isn't it? Same way, Lord is in the form of Jivatma within me, all of you, and we are wearing this shirt called body. Now I am Sachin in this life. I may be something else in the last life and maybe something else in the new life, coming life. This understanding, if we have, then we don't have to go to such a state like Buddha that we get a shock and then go to sannyasa. You don't have to do that. You can get liberated where you are. We can understand that old age is 100% bound to happen. Disease will come as we grow, and all this will lead to death one day. Not only for me, but for everyone. Some people in Japan live 110 years. Some might live 120 years, but no one is eternal. Even the people who we have seen in Puranas, the like if you take the example of Ravana, he wanted to be immortal. Anyone you take the demons, they wanted to be immortal. One of the best example is Hiranyakashipu. You know Hiranyakashipu, right? He said, I want to be such a life that you cannot, no man can kill, no animal can kill, not in a daytime, not in a night time, not inside the house, not outside the house, not with this Shastra, that Shastra. Why was he saying that? He was thinking, if all this are said, no one can kill him, he will be immortal. But eventually, he also had to die through the hands of Narsimha Avtara. So, children, let us understand this Srishti is made for getting born, enjoying your stay, whatever stay we have in the entire process of growing up, and finally giving back to the Srishti. That is not just the body, mind, but the soul also. Like the waves which come, it may be a tsunami sometimes, but finally it goes back to the ocean only, isn't it? So this is the understanding, and slowly from seventh chapter we are transition to the eighth chapter, and eighth chapter is little bit starting is about death. It is called Aksharabrahma Yoga. So let us go to the ultimate verse of this chapter. Swastik, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for this verse. Now I'd request everyone to chant after me. Sadhibhutadhidaiva
Sadhibhutadidaiva
Sadhiyajna cha ye viduhu
Adhiyajnam cha vevidu
Prayana kala picha
prayana kale apicha
Mam te viduryukta chetasah.
Mam te
I
viduryukta
don't practice.
chetasaha.
So the literal translation of this verse says that those who know me as the governing principle of the field of matter and the celestial gods, and as the Lord of all sacrificial performances, such enlightened souls are in full consciousness of me even at the time of death. So next slide. So what this verse tries to tell us that in this verse, Krishna says that those who consider him the undisputed Lord of matter, everything that makes up space and has mass, the gods, the celestial gods, such as Indra, Agni, Vayu, and sacrificial performances, yagnyas, they are the ones who will remember him at the time of death. But if we look into the Puranas and go deep enough, it will say that death is comparable to the sting of 2000 scorpions. Now, one scorpion in itself is strong enough to give some people chronic paralysis, which means lifelong paralysis. Now, how will one remember Krishna at that time? At this time, 2000 scorpions, and this amount of force will be present throughout the body. It will be attacking on every part of the body, and this would give a regular person a hellish experience. This would make them scarred for life. But their life is already over, so we can't say scarred for life. But we are not talking about mere humans here. Normal humans, they mostly do not have any belief in God. They do not believe that God can take away their pain. Here, we also don't believe that God can take away our pain, but God can absorb the pain that we are feeling. Now, we are talking about people who are in direct contact with the person who is responsible for the generation of the universe, the preservation of the universe, and the ultimate destruction, pralaya, of the universe. Now, people who look at Vishnu as what he is the ultimate lord of matter, everything that is around us, the gods, the ones who we worship, and all yagnyas, every single penance that we perform, every tapa, they will feel nothing, no sort of bodily feelings. As by the time of their death, they would have already connected with the Paramatma and they would have left the body. They would have already settled within our place, which we call Paramatma, or as we call Vaikuntha, the abode of Vishnu. Now, with this, we end the 7th chapter, and I'd like to chant this final verse. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagav.
Om. One you can tell.
Okay.
Om Tat Saditi
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su
Upanishatsu
Upanishadsu
Brahma Vidyayam
Brahma Vidyayam
Yoga Shastre
Yoga Shastre
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama
Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama
Saptamo Adhyayah.
Saptomo Adhyayah
Om Tat Sat Hari Om. This was
Hari
my
Om.
verse. Thank you all.
So this excellent children, this concludes the 7th chapter of Gita, and with that we will conclude today's class, and then I will take your questions and we will try to answer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.